Here are 10 macOS features that are pretty weird and I can't find an exact use for all of them. Here they are. Welcome back to my channel. So hopefully everyone's staying safe. The world's a crazy place right now. I won't get into it. Not a political channel, but you know what I mean. Anyways, what I want to do basically is I want to go through the 10 craziest, or not the ones I could find, at least right now, 10 kind of weird features built into macOS that I found, that some of them I can't really find an exact use for. I mean, you can guess, obviously, or you don't have to guess. You can kind of tell on some of them. Some of them there's a use for, I admit that. But on other ones, it's kind of like sketchy, and they're built in for a reason for macOS. So obviously, you might use them differently than I do. So put in the comments, number one, what you think these are used for. Number two, definitely post some new ones if you find any new ones out there. I like to make videos like this, and hopefully you guys like them too. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get into it. I am going to share my screen though, and so you're going to miss me for a little while. I'll come back at the end of the video, but I'm just going to go through 1 through 10, share my screen, show you how to get to them and all the features and stuff. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. All right, so for the very first one, have you ever seen those lock screen messages? So when you lock your Apple computer, there's a message on it. And why would you want to put something there? We'll get into that in a second. But in order to do that, what you want to do is you just want to go up to the Apple icon, System Preferences. And then in here, you want to go to Security and Privacy right there. And it's going to open up your screen here. And make sure you're on the General tab right there. And then go ahead and unlock this. So you got to click this lock down here to unlock this screen. I'm going to go ahead and do that and come back. All right, so once this is unlocked, you can see here, this is all highlighted over here. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click on Show a Message when the screen is locked. See it right there? I already have one set up. And then you click this little box here and you can set the message right there. This is Craig's computer. Have a great day. Well, what you actually might want to do in here is you might want to put your address in there and say, you know, out of the many people that might find your laptop if you leave it somewhere, there might be 1 out of every 10 or 2 out of every 10 that's going to return it to you. So maybe put your address and say, this is your computer. Please return if you find. You might actually get somebody that helps you that one time and it may save you. All right, this next one's a little weird, so tell me what you think this is for. So if you open up a Finder window, I just have Movies open, and now I'm in the list view here, but you have to go to icon view. So change your whatever, it doesn't matter what folder you're in here, but go up here and change it to icon view so you can just see the icons. If you do that, it only works in icon view. You can go ahead and right click in here, go down to View Show Options right there, and then we'll bring this over to the middle. And then inside this box that opens up, down here it says background and then it says color. If you click that, you can go ahead and change the color, look at this, of the background. So we can go ahead and do that and then close this down. So now this folder is yellow. Now the reason I could see doing this because you can easily identify what's inside a folder or what a folder is by its color. But it looks like when you go back here, it doesn't do it any longer. So as you switch between icon view, it only works in icon view. So tell me what that's for. You can change the background color and leave it that way forever, but why? All right, this next one's a little weird too. So let's just say you select text and add it to the clipboard. And it can be anywhere. It can be in a Word document. I'm on the web right now on some web page. And you go ahead and highlight text and you go ahead and do Command C. So Command C, that'll copy text to your clipboard, right? That goes to your clipboard. How do you see what's on your clipboard? It's a weird way to get to it. What you have to do is you have to actually go into Finder of all places. So here's Finder. And then once you're in Finder, what you want to do is you want to go up to Edit up here at the top, make sure you're in Finder, click on Edit, Show Clipboard right there, you can see it, and this screen comes up, and you can leave it over here. That's just what I copied. See, when considering the ability, let's go and shut this down, it's going to match that. So that's how you get to see what's in your clipboard right there, and it's a weird way to find it. You have to go through Finder. All right, stay with me on this one. This is going to be a little bit longer, but it'll make sense at the end. So I have 2 folders here. One's called Test 1. I'm going to go in there. I have this is made up of movies and photos. And one thing you can do is if you go ahead into this top bar where it says name here, you hold the control button down and you click on this just with your left mouse button. It gives you different options that you can add up here to break it apart. Like you can say date added, version, tags, date created, and it'll add up to this bar up here. But that's not what I want. You can actually get the dimensions of these and also the duration of these as well. But they're not showing up here. See that? So all you have to do basically is you have to, in order to get the duration or the dimensions, you have to name, the folder has to either be named movies or photos. And I'll show you. You can change it back, but let me go in here. So inside of movies, I named that folder movies, exactly the same files in here. But since it's named movies, if I go ahead and hit control, click on this, you'll see that there's some other options. One of them is dimensions. See that? Let me do it again. And one of them is duration. So now if I scroll over here, I have dimensions and duration inside my folder as options. And so you're going to say, well, do you have to always have it then name movies or photos? The weird thing is you can go back here and you can go right click on this and you can rename this and just say test 2 and click off of it. And now if you go back in here, you're going to notice that the dimensions and durations are still there. It doesn't take them away. So you have to kind of name the folder, then rename it back. It's kind of a crazy process, but it works. All right, this next one's a little bit more obvious as far as how you would use it, but how many people are going to use this? Let me know in the comments. So let's just say your boss said, I hope you read that article, and you only have 1 minute to read a big article, right? So what you can do is anywhere you have text, it can be basically anywhere, you can go ahead and select it. I'm on a web page, I'm selecting all this text. All you have to do is just right click on this, go down to services and then summarize. See it right there, services, summarize after right clicking. It's going to open up a box over here, look at it. And inside this box, it's going to give you a summary of the whole article. And it does like an algorithm. And if you really have a little bit of time, like 30 seconds, you can move this down and try to hopefully have it summarize just the best of the article. Or if you have more time, you can go to the right over here and summarize more of the article. So it's kind of funny. You can do it in paragraphs and sentences and what have you. But in any case, just kind of a fun thing built into macOS. All right, so this next one's built into music, and I think you know what this one's for as well, but give me some other options why you would do this besides a party. So let's just say you have some sound. I'm not going to play it really, but I'm going to have it in the background where you can barely hear it, but I'm going to go ahead and play a song in music right here. And if you start playing the song, I got it going to my headphones so you won't hear it, but it's going to start playing up here. What you can do is there's actually a visualizer built into this, so you can go up to Window, as long as you're in music, go up to Window up here, click on Window, and then go to Visualizer right there. And there's a couple different settings as too. There's a classic one and a normal one. But if you just click on it, it's going to open up a box. Look at this. Now, it's going to go ahead and show you basically beats and different symbols and stuff basically to the music that you're playing. And again, the reason for this, I think, is if you're having a party, you can display this on a wall with a projector or a big TV or something. But is there any other reason for it besides that, I guess? Let me know. Anyways, I just wanted to show people it's out there. All right, for this next one, it's a little funny because it's something that is useful in some cases, but I don't see a huge use for it. So obviously at the top of your keyboard, the function keys, if you click on F1, F2, you're going to see that you can decrease or increase the brightness of the screen. You can do the same thing with volume as well. But if you hold down Shift and then Option, so you want to go ahead and hold down Shift and Option and then do the same thing, you're going to notice if you look really closely that it moves in some really small increments. See that? And so instead of 1 bar at a time, you're getting like 1/4 of a bar at a time. So it lets you kind of really define the brightness of the screen. Again, I'm not sure how useful that is. You can do the same thing with sound, which might be a little bit more useful. But anyways, there it is. So a lot of people ask me, is there a Control-Alt-Delete feature for the Mac like Windows has? And definitely there is. And there's a reason for this, and this is not one of those ones where I can't find a reason for it. So if you're stuck in an application, you have the little beach ball spinning, which you guys are used to, go ahead and just click on Option, Command, and Escape. It's going to bring open a box. Look at that, right over here. It's going to say all the applications that are open for you right here, and you can go ahead and click on one and then click Force Quit. You can also right click on it if it's like down in your menu bar down here, but this is another way to kind of just force quit stuff. So again, Option, Command, and Escape all at once. It's going to go ahead and open the screen just like Control-Alt-Delete, and there you go. Out of all the different ones I'm showing you, this is probably the one that's going to give you the most use. So let's just say you're working on a document and you had a bunch of stuff in here, but you deleted it all and you saved it. You're not using Time Machine or anything like that, and you kind of like, now you're worried. It's been a couple days or something. You open this back up and you're like, geez, I need to go back to the original copy. I really messed up. I didn't save it. So what you can do is if you click on any document, it can be in Keynote or I'm in Pages. It doesn't really matter. If you click on the document and you go up to File over here and then you go down to Revert to, see it there, and then Browse All Versions. What you'll do is it's going to open up a screen just like this. You'll see it here. And then you can go back and you can see, if you click on this, you can go back through the different versions. Look at that. It's going to give you the different versions. There's a whole bunch. It goes way back like this, and you can keep clicking on them, and then you can either restore down here, or you can click Done and go back to this original copy on the left. So I'm just going to click Done because I don't want to revert right now. But that's all there is to it, and even if you don't have Time Machine set up, that's still going to save your butt sometimes. For this last one, I can see a couple cases for this. Let's say you're in your bedroom and you want to sit on the couch, but you have an article you want to kind of read. You don't really want to read it. All you have to do basically is click on some text. It can be anywhere in a web page, like I'm in Safari or Pages or anything else. You just highlight the text like that, go up to Edit up there, and then what you want to do is after you're in Edit, go all the way down to Speech and then Start Speaking. And it's going to go ahead and speak anything that you want there. And that's kind of funny. Now, it's just one of those things where I know that there's uses for this, obviously, for people that need this, but for the end of the day, I'm just trying to think of uses other people would use this for, and I think it's going to be more or less, obviously, if you want to go ahead and just have something, read to you back while you're sitting down, you don't want to have to read it yourself. It's a great option for you, so there's another one. All right, so what do you think, right? Not too bad. Let me know what you guys find out there that are weirder than this. I mean, these are not really that weird in some cases. A couple of them were. A couple of them you kind of have to scratch your head on. The other ones are obvious, but why did they have to build that little increment in for sound and brightness and stuff? I mean, you already have 10 increments or 20 increments. It's just a little weird stuff that a lot of people don't know about that's even in there. So there's got to be a better use, or why aren't they kind of disclosing that somewhere else from Apple? But anyways, you guys get the idea. If you know of anything, post it, because I'll definitely make another video. I like videos like this for sure. I love kind of learning about the Mac, and I also Windows. If you guys got Windows stuff, Chrome, whatever. I mean, I like learning about it all. So these kind of videos are fun because you get to just kind of experiment with things you might never use, but the one time you need it, you have it, right? So there you go. Anyways, if you guys like these videos, subscribe and help the channel grow. I have, 300 and something videos now. Trying to get my subscribers up, trying to get that, to be grown so I can get a lot more views per video, and it's going to help me out if you subscribe and like the video, so hopefully you can do that for me. We will talk to you soon. I make a couple of videos per week. May make another one in a couple days, so maybe hit the bell notification button. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.